All right. Let's meet our final guests. Number one. It's number one for sure. Okay, contestants, please introduce yourselves.
I am a conductor.
I am a conductor.
I am a conductor.
My work colleagues always tell me to keep my hands where they can see them. But don't get the wrong idea, because I am the conductor of the San Francisco Philharmonic Orchestra. And although I'm not plucking the strings or hitting the notes, you should have no doubt that my role is instrumental. One of these people is the real conductor and is the only one who has been sworn to tell the truth. Contestants, please take a seat. Donald, we're going to start with you.
Number 3, in your opinion, who's the best composer of all time?
Mozart, hands down.
Number 2?
Tchaikovsky.
Number 1?
Niccolo Paganini.
Ooh, don't even know
Number
that one.
3?
Number 1, what's the definition of staccato?
Staccato is, for example, when a violinist is playing the strings very short notes in a short amount of time.
Those are the only 2 that I knew.
Number 1, what's the definition of a diminuendo?
Diminuendo, for example, Beethoven's Fifth, which starts strong. Diminuendo would be a gradual decrease in the volume and the rhythm played.
Number 1, what does Philharmonica mean?
Well, I think you mixed 2 words there, philharmonic and harmonica.
Okay, what does a Philharmonic mean?
It's certainly kind of a myth that there's much of a difference between philharmonic and orchestra. It's like if, for example, the San Francisco Philharmonic, we kind of use that name because there's also San Francisco Symphony. It's just sort of like a synonymous word that groups use.
So symphony, Philharmonic,
Yes.
and orchestra are pretty much the same thing is what you're saying.
But only 1 is a chocolate bar.
Number 1. Is Kenny G your daddy?
You gotta tell the truth.
That's it. Let's see who the panel thinks is the real conductor.
Oh, my goodness
1, 2, or
gracious.
3? Mama, who do you think is telling the truth?
I'm going with 1.
Good answer. Cynthia, who do you think is our conductor and why?
I said number 2, changed to number 1, went back to number 2. And I don't know if I'm going to regret this.
Okay.
But I don't know, there's just something about her.
Eliza.
I also went with number 2. They were all very convincing. Number 1 fits the bill a little too perfectly. Annie went to Juilliard. It's like, okay, me too. So just the definitive way in which number 2 answered, not that 3 didn't, but there was something about number 2.
Donald.
So number 1 seemed like a textbook of information. I feel like that's just, that's a tell sign. I originally thought it was number 2. But there's something about 3 made me think, and also I've been going with 3 all day today,
Yeah,
so.
that's true, that's true.
Yeah.
All right. Cynthia and Eliza, you went with number 2. Donald, you went with number 3. Mama picked number 1. I'm going to roll with number 1, too. I'm going to roll with Kenny G. Jr. All right. Will the real conductor please stand up? You might be right, Donald.